AITA for telling my sister that people are allowed to look annoyed by her toddler and baby on a plane and that it's entitled to say they should feel sorry for her because it's even worse for me, because she made the choice to take them on the plane? Note, I'm well aware fathers are equally responsible for their children and her husband was with her on the flights, but he wasn't present for the conversation and it was only with my sister, so focuses on her. My sister, Chelsea, has 2 children, 22 months and 6 months. And last month her and her husband decided to go on a holiday to Europe before they'd have to buy a seat for the kids. She said the kids were terrible flyers and basically cried the whole way on both trips, "We are from Australia," and wouldn't settle. She has made a lot of passive-aggressive posts on social media about how entitled non-parents are about kids on planes and how people need to have more sympathy for mums because they are suffering more than they are because their babies won't settle and being a parent is hard. She's been kinda whiny in general since she became a mom, always complaining about hard it is, and she makes a lot of snide comments to me about how it must be nice that I sleep in etc. because I've chosen not to have kids. The plane situation came up when I saw her last night. She started talking about it again and I asked her if something specific happened or if someone was rude to her about the kids, and she admitted that they weren't really, people just looked visibly annoyed as the kids refused to settle. And on one of the flights, the person next to her asked the flight attendant if there was anywhere else she could sit after a couple of hours and looked really disappointed when told there wasn't as the flight was full. She also said they were rude because none of them offered to help her or give her reassuring smiles and comments. I said that people have the right to be annoyed at a baby crying the whole way from Melbourne to Singapore on a flight that leaves at 1 a.m. in the morning and lands at like 9 a.m., and she went off saying that they don't and her kids have a right to fly. I told her I never said they didn't, just that people have the right to not be thrilled to be seated next to her infant who cries the whole way and that they don't have to feel more sorry for her than themselves because she is responsible for bringing the kids onto the plane and created the situation. I also said that no one but her and her husband are obligated to look after their children on a flight and it isn't fair to expect the people around her to help with them. She stormed out and complained to my parents who backed my up, but our other sister started dogpiling me too, so I just went home.